Gambit opting to start on the CT side. Mousesports will have to bring the action to them early on. You see some utility purchased up for Frozen. Acor might get in on that fun as well, but we'll have to see here. There is a kit available for Gambit. Keep an eye on that if it comes down to a retake. No, it's going to be sets of armor otherwise. And relatively simple. And here comes the hit. They're going to go fast straight into B. No concerns here. Inter is ready to receive them. And it's actually Hobbit who takes all 3 kills. He loses his teammate, but Hobbit might have just stopped them dead cold. They're going to have to back off back towards tunnel. B is closed for business, and they're down to a 2v4. Not the start you were hoping for. The one silver lining for mousesports is they do still have utility available. Frozen didn't die, so a smoke and a flash will have to suffice to get them towards a bomb plant.
Yeah, damn. It's the Hobbit hold. Set himself firmly on B, and yeah, as you said, Frozen and Acor are left to try and salvage something. They are moving back around towards long. At the moment, I believe it's, Axel who's in position. They also have a player pushed up on short. Axel just going to go towards the bomb site. Yeah, makes sense. I thought he was going to try and face long. It would have been a little bit risky. From this position, he can spot them as soon as they start moving up. He can obviously then tuck away, let his teammate who's on short then be ready to catch them as they start crossing over. And, well, hope to be able to do this one together before those rotates come in. Smoke down, it is only the one, so there should be a bit of a gap, but flash down allows them also to jump across, and can they get this initial entry onto the bomb site? This is what they need if they want a chance of even getting that bomb down to get the extra money, and it's not looking great so far. It's going to be all on Acor now as Frozen drops, and Nafany just sprints through the smoke, doesn't even want to slow things down. There it is. The opening pistol round, it goes the way of Gambit.
This is just a down for Hobbit. Back of sight, just tap, tap, tap. Man looks like he's playing an aim trainer. Zero concern. Just popping heads. And this is what we've come to expect from Hobbit. He's such a powerful force. I mean, I'm thinking back to Train against Team 1 is what's randomly fresh in my memory here, where he was just taking B-halls round after round after round after round and shutting them down every time they try and force him out of it. But we've seen this from him on all sorts of maps, on all sorts of matchups. He is in incredible form right now. A form that, I mean, many didn't think he'd ever be able to reclaim. But he's a major winner. You got to respect it. You got to give him his just due. And with him back in form, this team is dangerous. I don't want to oversell it. It was a pistol round. It's a nice pistol round. What was a pistol round, Dean? We'll see what he can do later on down the line. He'll have the M4 as a result of his 3 kills in the previous. They're going to have a lot of money. And Shiro's going to have a lot of opportunity here as players start to challenge him in towards mid. But with a scout, he gets 1 tag, and they say, you know what? Let's not test the scout, giving him multiple opportunities to take a shot as we walk down mid. We're going to try and take Catwalk instead, explode on the site. Without any utility, no smokes, no nothing, it's going to be tough, and Beamish shows exactly why as he takes a nade to the face. Peppered up now, they're very vulnerable to the scout. There's a player back in Goose as well to make sure they don't get through. Nice run boost. Nade goes out, though. That's going to land. That's going to connect. It actually doesn't do much damage. It's left to Hobbit. 4 kills. He's looking for the ace. Axel denies him the ace, but there we go. Another nice Hobbit clip. That one relatively straightforward, but he's up to 7-0.
Yeah, it could have got a little bit dangerous there after Shiro going down, but as you said, Hobbit, it is only against the easy. Those 4 kills still pretty good. Sure, we're going to get too dicey. Unfortunately, didn't get the ace. It would have been nice, but he's sitting at 7-0 after just 2 rounds. You said he's a former major winner, obviously. He hasn't been able to find that form well, in a while, but yeah, I like how he's been slotting in now since this roster has kind of just had that upturn in form of good results. So we'll see now. First gun round. There is still weaker weapons being retained. Shiro, is he only on a USP? Yeah, no, there we go. There's an MP9. I was wondering what the hell was going on there. Had he forgot initially to get a weapon? Because he did actually run back towards mid. Going to situate himself on B now, rather, alongside 2 other teammates. So taking a bit of a gamble. They do want to stack up towards B. Makes sense with those weaker weapons. Hope the M4s are going to be able to hang on around the other side of the map. It's actually, sorry, only one of the M4s even alongside Axel then on the FAMAS. But we might actually be seeing a B split coming in. The bomb isn't present with them, but they are looking like mid as a position that they do want to try and pressure towards maybe a little bit. Or at least they were. Now they're going to go up towards short. They've still got a lot of time, so even after taking this, it's just about opening up the options for themselves. Oh, is Axel pushing long? He is.
He's going to get information. No one's there as well. Oh, this flank could be huge. Frozen's got the bomb. They're going to be coming back around. They're floating back into mid, actually. So this is working beautifully. Afamas makes it a bit tricky, but there he spots 1. He's looking for more. There's the second player as well. Player turns, so he's going to have to go for it. He secures so much damage, but they deal with it quickly. That could have been disastrous. Dexter does get a handle on it, but he's still taking the health loss. Now they're going to pressure on towards A. Shiro is not a great position to help since he's down. He could maybe go for the pogo stick approach from the fast cap position, but I don't think he's going to fall back towards site. Presses on Hobbit once more, and this time he's not up to the test. Deleted by a shot from Bemis. Acor will get collected once this jump. That's what we like to see. Shiro getting damage done. He's being pushed back, but he finds the trade. The health is abysmal for these remaining players, and there we see a nade come in from Inters. Now, Fani might just be able to clean this up. Dexter in the 1v2 trying, but so blinded, he doesn't even know a player's gotten around. There's the defuse, and there's another round on the board for Gambit. Looked dicey when Hobbit went down, but honestly, I put it on the MP9 work from Shiro to get them back into that.
Yeah, even though he didn't get that second kill, also he pulled B-Mouse up into a position where he was so open, so it ended up being trade. And yeah, although Axel as well didn't even get that second kill there on the flank, he done so much damage as well, and just gave all the info over to his teammates. So across the board, just a well-played round by Gambit. The timing on that long push to get the info because of the B stack being in place worked out extremely well. And yeah, it was a close one, sure, but Mouse still don't have enough to buy here, so very likely we are looking at Gambit having a 4-0 lead. Is Rop's going to be given any chances there? He does have the scout in play. Shiro is being spotted, so you know there's enough peeking around mid at this point, and well, they might try and pull him in. I think that's the goal right now. Hope they can bait him into peeking towards Rops and maybe give a chance for that opening kill potentially to go towards Mouse. Across the board, we're seeing Gambit being pretty aggressive. Condition your opponent here to expect you to play this more aggressive style, I guess, while you're up against those weaker weapons. Axel, though, could be in trouble. 3 players pushing him down on long. Oh, the flash didn't catch him because he did turn away, but it allowed for the pistols to get up close and to be ready. And it's Beamaz who hits the instant headshot. 2 more players situated on long now. Hobbit tucked in, Shiro to play the initial contact most likely. No, never mind, Hobbit peeks in. I did not expect them to play it that way. Thankfully, Shiro at least gets 1 trade, but it's in a 3-on-3 now. This is getting closer than you'd hope for Gambit.
It's a really rough setup they put themselves in, and mousesports are exploiting it. They just put too many players in angles where they're one and done, where there's no potential for a trade, there's no potential to play off of it. Now we'll see if Mouse can capitalize. Oh my goodness, it's happening. A 3v1 now. Nafani has to try and drag his team back into this one, and this is majorly problematic, especially considering they don't have money in reserve. That nade doesn't quite land. The molly will force the player out of Goose. His Goose should be cooked. BMS is indeed. Another player on the site. They know that, and actually they both are there. They haven't been able to withdraw. They haven't been able to get away. They're going to stick for the fight here. Fani does have the kit, but he's running out of time. He's hoping for one more peek, hoping for the timing. As soon as he looks away, that's when the peek comes in, and Dexter takes his second of the round. What a round. They get the AWP. They get a rifle. Mousesports come in with just pistols, barely anything else. Gambit did not set themselves up to succeed in that round. They have 1 player, Axile, out towards long with no help. He does a good job to even stay alive as long as he did once he realized he was getting run down. Then they set up Hobbit with time to set him up in towards Car, where again he's going to be a 1 and done. I don't know. I do not love that setup towards long when you're against pistols. It's too many opportunities for mousesports to run you down. Now they're going to go with heavy presence, but it's the off on the other side, and Axile will be tagged. There's not much to work with here for Gambit on the force buy.
Yeah, I was just surprised that they didn't let the player in car play off of the ops initial contact. Obviously, was a Hobbit who peeked in then and ended up just getting dropped, and suddenly things were, well, spiraling out of control already at that point. Yeah, it's a tough one for Gambit to drop for sure. You can see how much it impacts them. They're left on such an awkward buy that could even allow a 3-3 scoreline potentially. I didn't want to talk too soon though, because Nafany on the Deagle does end up finding 1 on short, but although the second was looking possible, he wasn't able to achieve it. Bit of damage, but yeah, we're seeing a 4v4. There is a player up close on the mid doors. They're actually pulling a second player over towards middle as well, and well, they're going to entrust that, well, it's not going to be the short push. That's what they're hoping on anyway, because they have Axile up on long, and they're making the correct decision. It actually is the mid push coming through. Hobbit, he's not able to get the trade, unfortunately. Shiro, while blinded, actually got that first player coming through the door, so good timing on the spam, but it is dealt with well. Mousesports with solid trades, and yeah, Rops, he's able to punish that B aggression. They're going to go ahead and bring the bomb back around and get it planted. And honestly, Axel, it's worth him just saving the Kevlar at this point. He's 24 health. He's not going to have anything to say about winning this round, or probably not even about doing any further damage. So yeah, he begins to back away. Is there any retrievable weapons? Was the one on mid doors? Where did he put that ball again? I'm actually completely forgetting where the other one died.
Mid and cat from the X's on the mini-map. It's not looking like it's going to be very possible for him to get his hands on one of them. He'll try. Oh, that kill on Acor actually does guarantee him a gun. Here we go. Acor dies. Now there's a chance. He can withdraw with that AK. Can he get away before Rops takes up the angle? Obviously, Frozen doesn't want to face. 4 points of health, not exactly ideal for hunting ecos, or hunting exits, rather. But does he get this kill in mid? There's the spot. Frozen might actually try and take the flank. Can he get there in time? No. Ooh, just in time. Okay, Frozen. Had a second to spare, maybe. So there we go. Gun out of play. I mistime it in my head, and that is going to be another round for mousesports. And the money, obviously not there for Gambit. They will save here. Shiro might invest a touch, but obviously he wants the AWP, so he's not going to buy heavily. We'll see what they do. A single smoke to get the cross and fake maybe a stack towards B as they stack A.
Oh, yeah, they're going to boost. They're going to send 4 players rather over towards short. Not even a boost because they did want one on mid. What is the timing on that shot for Acor? That's just, you can't even say anything. Unlucky Hobbit. That's all that is. Unlucky, man.
He jumped it and he went for the cross back, and Acor has him. How? Who pulled the trigger there? Acor, apparently.
Acor. Just as he was leaving, it just lined up. It was the perfect timing. Well, he does it now. He was initially actually watching for that flank, yeah, but they could get caught off guard a little bit. But thankfully for Acor's sake, Gambit didn't decide to push through the house. Instead, they're actually going back down mid. At this point, just set up somewhere nice and close, get all 4 players ready, and hope if someone comes in your direction, you can catch 1 or 2. Because you're not going to do a lot trying to take the actual long-range fights or anything. I don't know if Mouse really need to exit in their direction, though. Of course, they can just go chill back on long. So the weapons really shouldn't be getting in positions where they could be lost. Rops is the only one who's in a relatively dangerous position, but he just makes that 3K look incredibly easy. What was that, like 10 bullets at most? I think even less. Great control on the AK, and yeah, nothing happening. Really good anti, but that's what we needed to see from Mouse.
One thing we are going to see from Mouse consistently, and it's something to keep your eye on, is Rops in that lurking role. He's been really good. They've been playing in the tunnels to maintain their tunnels presence here on Dust2. We've seen him play Apartments solo, on Inferno a whole bunch. They're kind of leaving him to his own devices, and it makes complete sense with a player like Rops, who's just so effective, so good for them. So he's just going to be chilling, doing his own thing. They're going to give him a lot of freedom to try and open up sites or do what he wants, punishing rotations. You can already see it. He's ready to position out towards the long tunnel. That's his spot in the default. They might be bringing the bomb to join him this time. Looks like it could be a B split, and indeed that is what they're set up for. A little bit of catwalk presence. Could smoke in towards the cross. They're through the doors now. Here's going to be the smoke. It's going to be a fast play on towards B. Hobbit, he gets ahead of the smoke just a touch, and he's actually going to come through. They're not prepared for this. They're not prepared at all. One, not the second. Frozen does get the trade. That's incredible. Back around with these two players. They got a lot of work cut out for them. Rops is down. Now Fani as well, trying, not quite lining up the kill, and now they're zeroing in on him. Well, his nade will connect. Dexter caught his bullet first. Now the bomb should be able to go down. It's a 2-on-2 retake. There is still some utility for Gambit as well to justify this. No mollies, which are the ideal one to have here. But let's see if they go through. Smokes, counter smokes, and on comes the presence. One in tunnels, one in the window door area. On comes the door. No, back and forth he goes. They're running down the clock. They do not have hits. They got to go for this sooner rather than later, but Shiro cleans them up. Both players falter. Plenty of time for the defuse. He'll get the op to boot. It's right behind him, and that is Gambit maintaining their lead.
That was really well played. Good communication as well, that the molly had gone down and forced that player to be open to the window while taking the fight. So that I believe was why Shiro decided not to go through the door when it initially looked like he was pretty much halfway done with pushing through the smoke. But yeah, decided against it. It works out a fantastic 1-on-2 clutch, and it's Gambit to bounce back with a round for themselves. But they haven't quite broken down Mouse's economy as of yet. There's still plenty left there for another full buy to come in even in the next round. So Gambit do need to keep that up if they want to start getting some actual control for themselves. When you're on the CT side here, it is never fun trading back and forth. But yeah, as you said, when we see the Mouse on this map, they were incredible. Rops was just, he was such a nuisance around mid, always cutting off rotations and just being unpredictable in general in what he was doing on this D side. And we might be seeing that again. He's had a pretty good start into this game, so it is a good sign for Mouse. But yeah, a slower approach here after the initial kind of charge down mid and up towards short. Mouse happy with the map control that they've been able to find, and waiting to see, I guess, if Gambit are going to attempt anything a bit more wild. With 3 FAMASs, we could see them attempt some sort of push, but I'm not too sure if it's something they want to risk at the moment. If it was to come in, it'd probably be over towards B in the tunnels, but we're actually going to have contact coming in on long. Flash over, it's Hobbit up close, he needs to hold on, and he nearly got the 2 of them. If it was not for the door there, he at least would have done some considerable damage onto Frozen, but he gets away with 73. And with Acor catching Nafany in the meantime, suddenly this, well, A bomb site is looking pretty weak because they've also cut off the rotations. I was going to say they could even consider falling back with it towards B, but no, at this point, just want to commit. Axel tucked in on Goose, and he's going to have to go huge. He spots the Fee, surely. Wants to see maybe if it's a second player, but no, he's forced to pounce on it, and he finds BMAS up close. Suddenly, it's a 2-on-2. One player back on long, one on mid. We mentioned Rops, he loves lurking around this area, and it will get him that kill, but now they need to work back into the bomb site together.
Axel, there's a player below him. He's going to take the catwalk position. This is actually perfect. 25 seconds. They do not really have time to toy around with these rotations. And right now they're waiting for Frozen to get in position, so that's going to pull more time off the clock. If he could even... Oh, if he could just get out of here, he might win it on time. They've left himself enough of a gap, and Rops will clean it up. Nice attempt from Axel, nearly catching him off guard just about enough, but losing his teammate in towards mid. This is... You're right. Ball going down. He knew he had the steal. He was waiting for the second player to reveal themselves. They didn't. Now for mousesports, that's now a couple of rounds where we've seen Gambit play a player late in Goose. Where the guy in Goose, his job isn't really to help out his teammates. His job is to be the ace in the hole. And they don't clear it there. I don't know if we'll see them make that mistake too much more often. That's a handy reminder that you want to clear a Goose before you go for a plant on site. But keep an eye on it. Could potentially still be a surprise. 4 players out towards long. They're just going to try and do what they can. Hey, Gore, got to be a bit careful here. You're going to get the thing on. They want your off. He's up to the task. He's going to come back. All right. More pistols. Now he's got a rifle to put in the angle. Now it's definitely fine. There's always a risk when you're alone with a gun like the op that they just throw enough players at you to gum up your gun barrel. You literally can't shoot fast. Take the rifle. Here we go. Enters with a USP. Shiro with a follow-up. Suddenly, things are getting kind of interesting. Gun's been found for Enters. He knows there's another player here, and Frozen has wisely ferried the AWP away from the reach of his little hands. They'll get away. Smoke in for the split. They're going to come in towards B. That means all the pressure's going to be on Hobbit, who again just has a USB to hold on. But who knows? Maybe he can take another kill here. That would suddenly make things very interesting. No. All right. Round should be over. Save the AK. Nothing else doing.
Yeah, it's really the only option at this point. And even then, it's not 100% because Rops, again, is on his way really, really quickly. He's going to hear that player at least running towards long. Sadly, didn't catch the timing, but if they wanted, they could very easily hunt these players down. They do have a bit of money as well, so they could afford to lose a weapon or two. I think ideally they would want to build up some money, but at this point, taking away those guns from Gambit probably worthwhile. And here we go. We're gonna see them clashing pretty soon, I would imagine. It's actually the other player in Longhouse. So I was about to say, yeah, Rops won't be finding anyone up close there. It was the pit that he had to be cautious of. And as he gets taken down, the others not really looking to go out anymore. They're gonna make sure they at least have 2 players carried over. A little bit of a drop maybe could come into BMAS, balance out the money, since after he buys up his armor and his nades, things wouldn't be looking too great for his economy. And yeah, mousesports up 5-4 after initially going down 3 as well. This has been a fantastic recovery from them. And yeah, Acor is our standout player there for that round, the impact player with 2.
Stand out with a stand-in image.
Yeah, we get a picture of Acor.
He is very good. That also be looking for a pick down mid. There's a lot of players running down. It looks like they might want to go fast with this angle, but fast through is Nafany. Traded 1-for-1. Acor there to provide oversight. Couldn't save his teammate's life, but he can get some revenge. Interest close up by this lurk smoke. They're up on the jump, but they don't expect Interest close. This could get weird. It's Rops on the other side. Players behind him as well. Rops is in towards the site. Oh, it gets cleaned out. Rops ever aware, avoids his opponent, and gets Shiro as well. Rops has just single-handedly won this round. It was already looking good for Mouse, but that just seals the deal. Bomb goes down. This should be a save already for Gambit, especially as Hobbit joins them in the grave. It's all on Axile and mousesports. We are starting to see this Dust2 that's been winning the maps, that's been getting them into series. We know why it was their map pick, and it is looking quite good.
Yeah, looking fantastic. Since the guns have got going, it's been pretty much all mousesports. We did have that one gun round of kind of resurgence and performance from Gambit, but yeah, they weren't able to keep it going, and it's always going to leave you in a bit of a rough spot like this then, where it's back and forth on the buys. Axel saving over here at least. They do have the loss bonus going, so what exactly they decide to do with it. He got the 2,900 actually, unfortunately. So is the buy worth it? Two can buy for themselves. Axel could drop him, but then he gets no nades or anything behind this. I think at this point, it's get a little bit behind it. Maybe those players with the extra money can drop even some pistols over to Inters and Hobbit and try and at least make this a costly round and then bounce back in the following. We could see them buy, though. Obviously, they're having a little bit of a chat. They have called in this pause. Good time. I've got to agree with it.
Yeah, I'd almost expect to see it come out, right? The one question mark is, do they really want the AWP? If they really want the AWP on Shiro, a half buy here, playing that next.
True.
But I could see it coming out. I think it's justified. Axel's obviously not going to be dropping a gun unless it's a FAMAS. He's got the rifles, or he's got
Glass
the utility coming in. There's the AWP. Glass cannon. It's happening, Dean. It's happening. They're investing in. We're going to have some Deagles for Inters, a CZ for Hobbit. So, wait. No, they're kind of doing both. They're having their cake and eating it too.
They heard me and they were like, oh, I like little bits of both of those ideas. We'll mix it up. Nah, okay. I can see why they're going for this. It'll only be Shiro then who gets relegated down. And if they can somehow save even a weapon again, then it could still be a full buy. Either way, though, they're trying to get what they can done in this one. The M4, unfortunately, is only able to get a single kill and without having anyone else nearby or really it being in a position at all that it can be recovered. So that's a little bit unfortunate. One of their main weapons already taken out of play. But with some extra damage towards ROPS, these pistols suddenly become maybe a little bit more dangerous. And obviously, Shiro on the up. Are they going to be expecting that? It's going to be a tough one if they come into contact with him. He is at the moment, I believe, just back on short.
I think the M4 being out means they're definitely putting guns in their opponent's hands. Now they know it's there. Kill came in, but he needs to connect. Shiro is too committed in. He won't be able to bail out with that big green anymore. Smokes might actually help him out. Because at this point, they've lost the sight. There's a player in Gandalf who's not really going to be able to do much. We'll see if Inters can pop it off. Otherwise, Shiro's backing away. Shiro wants the save. The big green is just too valuable to take back through. Let's see. Inters on the swing. He's got a player from Catwalk to play off of. Presumably, they're going to try and have Hobbit take contact just with a CZ. And then Inters makes his move. But with the bomb down, with great control, with full control out towards long as well, it's too comfortable a situation. And yeah, Inters drops. That should be the round. Most definitely. It was already all but one. Now we don't have to worry about the but. Shiro will save the AWP. He's too far away for, I think, anyone to get to him. Maybe ROPS? No.
Ooh,
no.
He's gone full speed, but I don't think so, yeah. Especially as Shiro's gone back in towards B. If he had stayed in the tunnels, then and if ROPS kept running right now, then maybe they could have clashed, but he's going to be good. The up indeed is going to be carried over, but Gambit, they need to wake up. They need to wake up quickly. There is always the positive, of course, that this isn't their map. It is mousesports pick, and we know Virgo coming up next is a fantastic map for Gambit. It was actually the decider in that previous series when they played up against each other, and Gambit were able to take a 16-6, which is a very, very dominant scoreline, of course. But still, Gambit known themselves that they are a very capable D2 team. They're probably feeling a little bit rough right now that they've got off to such a poor start. But here we go. They're back on the buy. They have the up and everything surrounding it, of course. The rifles across the board as well, and they need to step it up. Unfortunately, it is going to be long control very early on into this round that goes the way of mousesports. So Gambit, they've got to get control elsewhere, and they wanted short, but Dexter's gone ahead and punished it already. Hobbit goes down the head of the player at Card. Didn't get spotted, but for now, he is alive, being wallbanged slowly down and just losing all of his support until eventually he is pushed out. That was like a siege right there on the Card. They just wouldn't let him have any sort of help. And yeah, it's a 5-on-2. This round is basically over before it started.
Yeah, absolutely. No way you can even think about going for this. Malice, they're still going to be methodical. They're going to show the respect in taking the site, making sure that no one is tucked into Goose. They're not getting surprised by that this time. They're not getting surprised by it. Bomb's going to go down. They will have round number 8. It's looking so good right now. They've got money out the wazoo. They've got pressure out the wazoo. They can hunt in because any gun they take away is going to be great. I'm finding out he's jump peeking still for it. I guess to know when they're coming in, or maybe just slow them down on the approach in case he's going to take a peek back out. But fighting that is foolish when you know A-Core is potentially on the other side, and so that's one gun down. He's going to get one. Shouldn't be long for this world, and indeed he is not. Only one able to be dropped, and that is mousesports to definitely win the half, if not much, much more. They're poised to really run away with this one. A-Core is... He's having a great game. He's 11-8 right now. 3 kills in that round. The pit position was just too tough for them to deal with as they tried to fight it. This mouse team, Look, I don't want to overreact because we knew they were going to be strong coming into Dust 2, but they look so good. They've looked so good in their brief amount of time together. I'm excited for this roster.
Yeah, I've got to say this mouse is looking squeaky clean.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
that joke took the cheese.
uh, it was a trap. I set you up.
Did you ever play
Goodbye,
that?
even.
You remember that game, Mousetrap, where it was like the
Mousetrap,
ridiculous
I know of it, yeah.
structure and it would like drop
I
nets
don't
and
think I ever
stuff on
played
little
it.
plastic mice?
I don't think I ever played it.
remember
That
what
sets
you
some
actually-
kids up to like do weird things with animals.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I don't remember how that game was played. I remember playing it. I remember the commercials for it.
The ads are what I remember,
This
yeah.
is the
Oh,
coolest thing
look at a
ever.
smoke push, though.
All right,
Hobbit,
Hobbit.
lucky he's short, so he's not showing above the smoke.
Bit of a one-way, maybe. Only for him. His player model is a little smaller. No. There's the kill that comes in as a result of it, but BMS, instant trade. Lovely response from Mouse. Instead of being able to punish this, BMS, though, wasn't expecting another, but again, the trade is there. Great setups from Mouse, that they're just always ready to trade out. As soon as Gambit are like, okay, we just got a cheeky kill, Mouse shuts it down.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible trades, but considering the slight lack of weaponry and such, I was going to say it is still going to be an issue. Inters, though, was given a bit of a warning there by the gun barrel as they came forward, and, well, he managed to pull Dexter into a position while getting the trade that he was exposed to the doors. So, again, a great return from Shiro. Frozen is the one on the lurk this time. They actually might not expect this. As I say that, though, there is a player in spawn here in the footsteps, but he still goes down and leaves it all into the up. So I was starting to clench a little bit there. It could have gotten dangerous, but no.
It looks like we're ready to get going with this second half. Hopefully, you all can hear us now. We've got utility coming through. Quite a, well, dualies. I mean, sorry, not dualies. Decoys. My words. They're escaping me. We got decoys here, so actually not quite a bit of utility. There is a kit available for the CT side. We'll look to see what that does. Lots of presence towards B early on here from mousesports as well. The odds have shifted slightly towards Gambit, which is somewhat surprising considering the fact that mousesports is having a great map here, but so go them odds. Dexter's going to be responsible for these players coming over through mid, and they're actually not going to do so. They set him back. They set him reeling. Instead, they're taking catwalk. Meanwhile, aggressive push from Mouse. They've got Rops all the way back towards spawn. They got a player lower tunnels. Frozen's going to catch one. Now they make their move in towards A, but this is going to be a retake scenario. They're not too worried about denying the bomb plant. They want to win the round. Rops is making a lot of noise. He's thunderfooting his way through. Shiro's still holding top mid. Shiro's now been spotted, but Rops knows he has to deal with it, and he will get better of him. The numbers are whittling away. Hobbit needs to hold the line here at catwalk and blind it up. He's got no chance to do so. This retake is fast and ferocious, and now there's pressure coming from both sides, and bodies dropping. It's all on inters. They'll take one, but that's going to be all she wrote. Bomb defused. Round claimed. mousesports starting off nicely here to secure double digits.
Yeah, smooth retake and not wanting to really let things slip away from them at all. As you said, they head straight to double digits. They probably go a little bit further than that unless Gambit are going to try and go for the force here, which I don't think is really worth it. You get the 1 eco, get a really strong buy here in the next round, and then just try and get going, because we never really seen them get any true kind of confidence rolling in that first half. Oh, they're actually pausing, so I guess this is them deciding if they want to go for that force buy or not. They could drop over a couple of AKs and get the Kevlar on the other players, obviously, then drop a couple Deagles back. I don't know. We'll see exactly what they decide on. It's a risky one, because if you do go for the force and it doesn't work out, then you're likely down 12-6 before you truly see a gun round. But they are going to go for it. We'll see a Galil. We could see the AK drop, or we could just see Galils across the board. Or maybe even a mixture of the two on the couple of players. So obviously aren't, well, there'll probably be one player who kind of gets left out from the exchange, rather. So maybe Axile is the one that does that. Although Shiro goes straight to a scout even. Okay, it is the force buy, but it's not really focused on the firepower. So they must have a plan in mind here for this utility especially. We'll see what that is, though, on D2.
Yeah, we will. Seems like it's an approach in towards tunnels early, though they do have presence, so this might be just a bit more of a default. See if they could catch any catwalk aggression with the two players in towards lower tunnels. I don't think they're going to be given any. Certainly not early here. No one from mousesports there to receive them. And they fall back in towards spawn. They've given up tunnels control. This is interesting. They're trying to bait in aggression. I don't think Mouse is going to bite. But you can see they're set up for it. I mean, they got a player all the way back on the plat outside the tunnels. They got presence in mid, hoping for some sort of a push through or some sort of a catwalk play that they can punish. And right now, mousesports is just standing pat. They are reading this nicely. They are not taking the bait. Here's going to be a bit of a split in towards B, but it's a fake. It's absolutely a fake. And the problem is Dexter's going to immediately realize it because he goes through the smoke. And so you're just seeing Bemis tuck in. Bemis is on an island. That is the one thing that's a major risk. He's got no one who can support or even throw utility for him. Maybe they're adjusting A-Core to be a bit more of an assistance, but Bemis is going to need to take two here. And he's not going to get anything now. Things get very risky. That's another gun found. mousesports, they put him in a rough spot, and in that situation, he was not able to answer the call. Gets his bell rung. Here's the cross smoked in. They're going to have to play for a retake, most likely. A-Core can do some damage before they get there, but that means he loses his life in a very disadvantageous fight. And now, this should be a Gambit round. It might even be a save for mousesports. This is pretty disastrous, team.
Yeah, no, it has to be the save anyway. You instantly decided on that. They were aware they weren't going to be getting in towards this retake in the 3-on-5. But yeah, fantastic force from Gambit. Nice couple of entries, and it had sealed the deal already at that point, as we said, with the rest of the players being locked out of onsite. Shiro's even here to take these weapons away. If the spray wasn't so iffy, he actually does get that one finish, at least on Frozen. The M4 is going to be picked back up. I mean, yeah, it at least takes one of the weapons away. But the thing is, Dexter can just go get that FAMAS now, which is an upgrade from his MP9. So I think they'll be okay as long as they can save over these two weapons. I don't think they'll be too kind of irked about actually losing that player right there. But obviously, they did lose the force buy overall, which is a bit of an issue. They've got a double eco onto 4 of those players, so they are going to force back up around this. I highly doubt they're going to be taking any sort of eco, and yeah, they'll get what they can. A scout being dropped over by Rupp, so Acor, a man who was having some great rounds in that first half on the op, is going to have that scout to work with. I haven't seen him on it a lot, though, so I want to see what he can do here. We know there's some oppers that when they pull that weapon out, they're just going to deliver headshots non-stop, but let's see if Acor is one of those. Oh, and maybe he's going to get a chance over on long. The flash is not making it so easy, and, well, although his teammate will stick around, he immediately begun to back away, and thankfully his teammates will be allowed to join him. Gambit weren't really looking to force the fight too quickly. Happy with taking the long control, and then just looking to work off of this, most likely.
Getting the heck out of dodge. He's going to have another opportunity, though. They are going to test him. That's a good flashbang and good tag damage. Nothing substantial yet, but it's going to make him less eager to peek. Just peppering him down behind the box. He wants this pick. He wants something. But there's scouts in angle now to deal with him. That's Shiro. So this is a duel for the ages. Scout on scout, Acor on Shiro. Bima's here to support, and actually 4 players relatively close up. Now coming into position, but they would really like Acor to be able to at least get a tag before they come around here, and he is going to get a tag. Unfortunately, it's on his person. Bemis, though, comes in for the kill. They need a bit more. Acor now down on the platform. Everybody's coming in to fight this. There is 2 players still up top. Dexter no longer. Bemis is holding the line. Okay, the Deagle. Not the gun you expected to lead the charge here. It's the one hanging on. He's still up into the elevator. There's the smokes for the cross. Not sure if those are going to be full coverage. It's going to be a little weird considering I think one bleed. There is a gap on the left side. Could be a bit risky, but they're past it. The bomb is past it as well. That'll go down. Now it's a retake scenario. It's a bit risky for them, and Bemis is going to try it with the elevator jump. He gets the tag as well on the stairs. Now he hears it. He wants more. He's going to risk it. This time to go for the boost. The nade is very effective, though. Out, so no more platform to jump on for Ross. It's all onto Frozen, and Frozen will collect 1, but in a 1v2 with his health so low, this should not be viable. Still, the man will attempt. Needs to hit the first. They're both on the site, clearing out towards Cards. Hobbit to finish the job. That round got very interesting, but Gambit ultimately take it. Now they're just 2 away from tying things up, and this next one should be a cakewalk.
Yeah, they kind of unfortunately stagnated on the push-up there, and then things, as you said, were getting a bit dicey as the picks were coming through, but well held in the end. It's not too big of a deal that they lose those 3 players, considering now they're up against a full eco, so they at least have the chance to make up for it if they can pull out a cleaner one here. Overall, having pretty much all the weaponry as well in right now. It's only Nafany who goes for a Mac 10, which is a good choice. He can try and build up some economy. Shiro straight onto the Yop, and, well, again, the long control within the couple of opening seconds pretty much of the round goes the way of Gambit. It's a position you can exploit in these rounds, especially when you know your opponents aren't going to have any nades and aren't going to even really have any weapons that can challenge you. You may as well take that ranged position and try and ensure then going into the fights that you are going to have the advantage over those weaker weapons. Oh, they want to swing out together, though. They're not going to spot anyone yet. There is one player tucked in that they see the head. I do believe someone. Oh, he got wrecked. Unlucky Inters, rather. Nafany's going to hold with a couple of teammates, so if they were to try and push down and get the weapon, they would be in trouble, but no, they're happy with the man advantage. They're not getting greedy. It's going to be tough to convert off of, but not a bad start.
Not at all. Not at all. And there's heavy presence here towards A, and Gambit have no information elsewhere on the map. It's going to be a nice kill for Nafany. He's going to be able to get himself an upgrade as well, but it is somewhat interesting that Gambit and these anti-eco rounds are not providing any default. They're not trying to take information, and at this point with a player pushing all the way through to lower tunnel, the mousesports certainly know that the hit is coming. The question is just, can they hold on to it? No catwalk presence. It's all just here. What do they do? Count a player over. Hobbit will collect 1. Hobbit takes a second. Finding the angles through the smoke. There's the cleanup. Okay. No problem. No harm. No foul. Only 1 player even tagged in this round. Gambit, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, 1 more frag actually would have made that pretty good for Mouse Rider after the 3 kills they'd got in the previous round as well. So, as you said, a good job by Gambit to ensure they didn't lose anyone else. Otherwise, coming into this opening gun round, there would have been a lot of pressure on it that wouldn't really have been necessary otherwise. Now they have the chance, if they are to lose it, to at least ensure they have another full buy coming out. But obviously they don't want that. They would like to take this opening gun round and quickly tie things up at 10 to 10 and even put themselves in the lead most likely. But again, the long play this time. There is the Molotov, there is the smoke, there's Bmaz apparently ready with an M4, and that is plenty to deny the long control. Gambit, this time they're shut out, and now in a 3-on-5, what is the plan to reapproach the round? They're actually starting to work down towards middle, I believe. Oh, probably up towards short, actually. I thought they might have wanted to work towards where Inters was looking towards, but no, up towards short. I guess realizing, obviously, long was taken, maybe expecting mousesports to even keep 2 of those players in position. Not quite the case. They have actually just kept BMouse up close on long, but then they have Acor with the op watching this cross. The issue is his teammate in the spawn could, in theory, be smoked off and maybe flashed down as well. Oh, the run boost. That was nasty from Nafany. Acor gave it his best, but you need to be pinpoint with those flicks if you're to deny those. And, well, no, he can't. Now, as I said, B-Man's back on long. The other player down in the CT spawn wasn't immediately ready to help out. So unless the op survived for a while, then he was basically isolated alone. And that's what we see. Now it's the bomb in play. After plant in a 3-on-4 Gambit. Can they recover this? Nafany, he's looking actually and may be able to catch these CT players. As they move forward, the smoke does give a bit of cover, but he's only able to get the one. Frozen ready on the trade. Shiro in a bit of an awkward spot playing around the smoke, but he's making it work. Frozen goes down. He even trades out to the rifle now, and I don't think they realize he's dropped down. There's a flash that he can use to give his teammates some help as well to beat in. And there we go. The bomb defuse has been well pulled off with that kill and won as well. As you said, there is no more time. Rops, he had traded the initial player, and really the hope there was to get away with his weapon. But Inters doesn't allow it to happen, even if it means sacrificing his own, because they just wanted to win that round and leave. It was 10 to 10 right up. And look at this, the start from mousesports in the round as well, and it is still not enough for them to actually close it out. What an entry, though, from Nafany.
Yeah. Phenomenal. He's really having a nice game. He's actually not top of the board. There are 2 players tied at the top of the board, Hobbit and Shiro, but it has very much been a team effort here from Gambit. Highest player at 15, lowest player at 10. That's what you like to see. That is a very even distribution. We're back on 10 rounds, so closer to a level playing field, all told. Still, mousesports, they do have to take the eco here. Gonna invest a little bit. And it looks like Frozen's about to have his hands full. That smoke fades. There's 4 players on the other side. Frozen's been good with the eagle. He needs to be great. And that's not going to happen. Rops falls in mid in the meantime, and that means the round should be over. At this point, it's a game of can we catch Inters? And the answer is yes. That's a gun. Time to go get it. Demas will collect. These remaining 2 Deagles will try and do further damage, but they need to go quickly to collect it because Hobbit's actually going through as an insurance policy. He wants to take the ground. He wants to pull it. He can't come into the next round. And, well, this is a half-hearted retake here. You got to try something. Try and get some exits. Bemas does get his hands on that rifle. He expects a player to be ready to punish him for it, though. And so where does he go to try and get away? Hobbit is here. May have heard that hop. But no, Bemis has actually slipped past. So this AK should be able to be brought into the next round. It is going to be an 11th on the board for Gambit, of course. But mousesports get a chance to make their fight back.
Yeah, no, they can still wake up. They look fantastic on the first half. I'm not going to judge them too much just from a few rounds here. Going the way of Gambit in a row. But we are seeing Gambit themselves have a sharp increase in performance here in the second half. Not looking nearly as flat. Controlling the pace clearly seems to be what they needed, which was apparently a little bit too tough to do on the CT side. And it can be rough. My second monitor has randomly just started going all weird. That was strange. Weird timing. I think I accidentally kicked my my display port.
Machine.
Those things can be dodgy, the display ports.
Very temperamental.
We're all good. We had a pause alongside us, so I guess it was my technical pause.
Yeah, they called a pause for you. They were like, Dean's having some trouble. Let's give him some time to sort things out. No one talked tactics.
I just had to push it in. My foot apparently clipped off, and it was just a little loose. So we're all good now. But yeah, 11-10 Gambit. This isn't looking much better. I thought they had no hope in this map after what we were seeing from mousesports on their T side, but they've woken up big time. And the only worry for me here for Mouse is if they do lose this one, then it's Vertigo up next. And I don't know how much they would have been able to actually improve on their Vertigo since the last day that we see them get smacked 16-6 by Gambit.
There we go.
But Rops, opening kill. Instantly denying the rest of the players as well. They don't even want to commit quite yet. Are they? Okay, they are. Unfortunately, a little bit separated.
I was gonna say here might be the answer is this double up. They're trying to come in. There's a kill for Axel, but bodies are dropping left, right, and center. And that kill is completely isolated. Axel cannot work with his team. Now, we have seen some of these mid-round, late-round situations fall apart for mousesports, but this one, it shouldn't be possible. There is a path towards a plant. There's a player out towards long, but Mouse is playing complete retake on A apart from that. So Shiro should be able to join up with his teammate and get the bomb down. He wanted one pick. Didn't quite find that. Been nice to have, for sure. And he will expend some flashes just to make sure that this bomb can touch down to dirt. But now mousesports, they're on the retake. We don't have to worry about utility on the other side. Axile is about to find himself a world of hurt. He will actually tuck in by the stairs. Does this molly get committed to clearing him out? One of them. They do have several. It's available right here. Acor could drop it, but no, they're just going to come in with the guns. Do they clear this spot? That would be a massive oversight. He gets 2! Oh, no! Again, a mid-round situation falls apart here for mousesports. They should not be losing this round, but that is exactly what's going to happen. Rop's having to B-hop away, and he won't even escape. There's no guns down. Mousesports, it was a 2v4. You had every advantage in the book, but you gave them an inch. They took a mile, and now Gambit are in pole position to take map 1.
Damn, yeah, Axel made that spot work incredibly well. Normally, you get the one and done, but the second player being on the up, being so focused on the short push itself, Axel, he capitalizes in a fantastic double spray down, flips the round back on its head, and it's Gambit who are just looking incredibly impressive here on the T side so far. We have an op for Acor and some pistols around it, but not a lot. This should be 13-10 for Gambit after this round, unless we can see some hero plays, and that's a start. Acor catches the jump of Nafany in towards suicide. And that's basically what that jump was. And let's see what they can do with that now. The weapon's not going to be retrieved, but that is the bomb. Yeah, and he might even get the kill onto Axel if he comes in on this flank. And they found a kill over in B. What is going on? Yeah, Dexter's gotten the player in the long house. Suddenly, Hobbit and Shiro are left alone. I mean, 2 incredibly impressive names that we know can clutch. But mousesports, they've got some weapons and they've got a fantastic position at the moment that they are not letting this one slip away. It's Dexter rather, who steps up for his second kill, and B-Maj joining them. It's going to be 11-12. Mousesports, they steal one away. There's a lifeline.
I think they knew that they should have won last round, right? They knew how bad a situation that was to let go away. And it's like, okay, so let's take a crappy buy here. The 1 AWP, let's make it work. Let's go forward. Let's slaughter. 4 players even survive, so it bolsters their economy for the long run as they get a ton of weaponry out of that. And now we've got a game. Now we've got a game down the stretch. We were getting to a situation where it looked like Gambit were just going to walk off, but no, they are going to be tested here. And mousesports, see if they can keep it going. That was one very good round, but one of the realities is they also went aggressive, which prevented some of the mid-round mistakes that they've been making, right? That's where we've really seen the errors creep in for them is when the time gets late and Gambit find the gaps in their setups. See how mousesports can paper over those. Op, holding the angle. They're going to run boost past this. Now they know he's got to fall off the angle. Axile's gotten a kill elsewhere. Love that setup. Deny the quick op shot from Acor. They have been making his life miserable all over the place here on this A site. Run boosts galore. And instead, he's going to shift out to play from long. They're going to put Dexter on the ramp. He's going to have the responsibility here, and the utility is dwindling for Mouse. The only molly left is on Rops. He's not present. Cannot help them out here. They've dropped the player back in towards spawn now. They've got this control. Nafani's looking for this kill. He spots a player behind the boxes. They know he's here now. They found Rops. They know where Frozen is. Frozen, can he get away? Yes, indeed. Fights his way out of a corner. He's lost his teammates, though, but Acor clearing them up. No. That was so close to a saving grace from mousesports, but now Frozen is going to have to do more. He did an excellent job by even getting out of his initial position. Now bomb is down. He's got to mount a retake. Molly to go over. They know where he's coming from, so he wants to go quick, but into Shiro's up. He falls. 13 rounds on the board for Gambit.
Damn, what a round just in general. I love the approach with the drop in the spawn, trying to fake that it was the B split coming in, hoping to pull those players back from A out into the open where the players coming up short could catch them. mousesports still put up a pretty damn good hold, I've got to say, up until that moment, of course, where we seen the long player come out and catch Acor. And yeah, Gambit, as I said, a very well played round right there. It gives them the 13-11 lead. And well, mousesports, thankfully, after winning that eco, they had built up some money. But if this one doesn't go their way, then they might have to even give away map point. So I don't think that's something that they're going to want to be letting happen. So let's see how this goes. Acor pushed up on short. He's on his own at the moment, which is a bit risky. Maybe the boost towards the lower could have been a good idea. Just something that would at least have a bit of backup here for him. But yeah, he's called in for it. Never mind. B-Maz is here now. Just as Gambit started coming in as well. And yeah, luckily he was there ready for the trade. He was able to find the initial opening, but Nafany, he's ready for the trade too. A 3-on-3 now as the short push comes in. Dexter at least holds onto long, but I don't know if he can do anything about the push onto the bomb site itself. They may need to set up for the retake, and even then, Inters doesn't work. Never mind, Dexter actually just wants to fight this.
Oh. Bomb being tapped. This would be a hell of a shot. Shiro hits it. There's another player up by the ramp, but Shiro, ever aware with time to play with, he's going to use every second of it. Shiro sealing the deal here. Now they've spotted Frozen. They know where he's at. They know they have time to plant. Bomb's going to go down. Frozen with an MP9 has to attempt this retake to keep them off of 14. And he's being pressured. He's fighting against the rifle. The face is there, though, and Inters will make a bit of an error, but Shiro seals it. 3 huge kills. Shiro, what a play with the AWP. And now they're just 2 rounds away from snatching Mouse's map pick. The money is weird in this one. Maybe a half bite comes in and they play for OT. That's what I would expect, generally speaking. But mousesports might decide to risk it for the biscuit and just go all in. Shiro, those are the money plays. Those are the plays that get you paid, that get your team into the tournament, that keep you in the tournament, Dean.
Yeah, and as we said, if Gambit now take this map off the back of these plays that we're getting, then Vertigo, it bodes incredibly well for Gambit to be able to just take it and go 2-0 in this. So, yeah, you've got to be a bit worried now of your mousesports in this position. As you said, they could have considered forcing the issue and coming in with the buy. Doesn't seem like that's what they're going for. They'll spend what they can, so they at least have a bit of a chance in this round. And I mean, it makes sense. We did see them win out a round with very similar investment, even a bit less, just a couple of rounds back. So give yourself a shot here, but they will likely be playing for that 4 rounds in a row that's going to be needed to take them into the OT. And no, that's going to be a rough one. Again, I was not expecting us to get to this position after how strong Mouse looked coming out of the gate. Unfortunately, after that halftime break, it seemed like they kind of just never got going again.
That's true. We've only had 2 rounds in this half for mousesports?
Yes.
That's crazy now I think about the numbers. Nafani, opening pick here. There's just not going to be much to work with. Every body that drops is one body that can't hold its eagle. Try and spam an angle. So they are going to take Catwalk here. Nice use of the Molotov to push the player further back. And that's just another PC utility gone. There's not enough to really guarantee it. BMS going to be down. They swing with a fury. That puts Dexter on the site as the only last bastion of defense here. And ooh, that bastion has been swept aside. The bricks tumbling down to the ground. Bomb planted, round over. Didn't expect him to get much out of this, but they're going to get nothing. Frozen, I don't even think is going to be able to walk away as he gets caught from the flank. Nafani having a field day, making money on that map 10 and 1200 in his bankaroo off those 2 kills. And no pressure is on for Robs. He's being chased. He's being pressured. He's got a nade right in his face. There's a player down and lower. They've now spotted him, and Axile swings the bait from Nafani and the kill from Axile. Map point coming in here. One more. One of the next 4 for Gambit. That's all they need. And while there will be a buy here, while there will be a double op, the utility's not great. There is no kit. So time going to be critical in a post plant. We need to see those ops take an early fight. Rop's op, that was good before. Let's see if it can be great.
Yeah, that's what they're going to need. 4 rounds in a row. It doesn't seem too horrible when you think about it like that. I mean, especially when you look at the economy of Gambit, maybe 2 to 3 at most of those are gun rounds. But still, it is going to be a tough time. Early on as well, pretty passive on the hold from mousesports, so Gambit have taken that chance to just go get early short control. And, well, can slow things down now. They could move back, try and fight for long if they wanted. They've got one player just constantly pressuring around this area, which has run down a few of those nades from the long players, which could be effective even if they push up short, just to stop the retake even, or from the help for Dexter from being there. And here we go. Yeah, Dexter spots the cross. 2 players do make their way over towards Gandalf. Will be another 1 kill found by Acor in the meantime, and oh, a second! Catch the head of Nafani swinging in, despite the flash that had come over. It's actually one from VMAS as well to blind up the player on the bomb site, and well, this isn't going well for Gambit at all. Eventually, Shiro comes in with 1 trade, which will give them cover to get the bomb down. But mousesports at least have the man advantage now, but they are lacking a kit.
Ooh, player on top of the site, enters, hops up, gets a big kill. Surprisingly, but I guess he wasn't quite visible. BMS doing his best, but he's losing teammates in turn. Acor, huge shot. Now it's all on Axile. Do they realize he's down in towards CT? If they realize this, the defuse is going to be stuck here. Now they've confirmed it. Gotta hop on that defuse. That means Axile has to go. He goes for the jump. He goes for the jump. He's got the shot! That's just one in the round. There's nothing they can do. That's the game. Axile clutches it out for Gambit. Map 1 goes their way. They steal away mousesports' pick.